So you're telling me about your day.
Yeah.
Please, can you tell it from the top?
In the same speed? Because if you're asking for the same speed, that's not happening right now.
Okay. I ideally wanted same speed, but however you want to tell this story, I want to hear it.
All right. I hope you have captions.
I can write one.
So I work for a small company, very small company. It's actually a family-owned company. Now that family-owned company, they were like, oh my gosh, let's have a whole entire Halloween thing. Now that Halloween thing, we're all going to dress up as different things. Every single department was going to dress up as a different thing. We have the admin team, we have the IT team, and then we have the sales team. The admin team decided, let's think outside of the box. Everybody else is going to do something really wild and different. And they were just the whole entire CEO's family. And it's not like, no, don't clap yet. The story's not done. Sorry. I don't know what calm down. Because his mom was in the picture, and that was the best part. They dressed up as his mom. One of them dressed up, of course, as him, his brother, and the icing on the cake, their dog. Dude, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Welcome one and all to the Nostalgia Hour podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Chris Wright.
I don't know if you have background.
For the beginning, there's you want me to put in? I can look for an audience sound.
Oh, put it in post. Add my voice in there too. Layer it. Let's just layer the voice.
Can I get some recorded? Just do it 5-10 times in a row.
Can I move the mic?
Move it however you like.
All right. Woo! Hold on. Woo! Hold on. Woo! Hold on. All right. Hold on. Because he's got that weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby! Is that good?
And let's just get some clapping in there as well. Just.
Why'd you stop clapping? We had a rhythm go. Cha-cha now, y'all.
See, now the problem is I'm going to want to keep this bit in.
Do it. I didn't say don't.
Okay, so I overlay your reaction into your own introduction, and then I also show everyone how we made it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That sounds great.
Leave the whole segment. Don't cut any of this.
As long as it's clean, it'll come out. Thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
We're not going to be able to stop laughing.
Listen, that's fine. We're on here for an adventure and for a vibe. And this podcast is bringing out the vibes. So let's go down this trip of vibes.
All right. I'm going to start with my first question.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't even say what we're talking about. What were we talking about today?
Yeah, we didn't talk about any. You said, welcome to this guy. Here's my first question.
So what are we talking about today?
Wait, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how this works?
I mean, it's a back and forth. Anyone can say it. I usually throw out questions to keep it going.
You threw me for a loop there. I wasn't ready.
I'm so sorry, baby.
It's okay. You're getting a little too hot on the mic. I'll put the kids to bed. And then we'll go next door. Because we're talking about the kids next door.
I didn't see that transition going.
You're welcome. I got you.
A little hat tip to you. Yeah, so we're talking about Kids Next Door. I think Kids Next Door is it's hard for me to say what my favorite show as a kid was. Mm-hmm. So when people ask me, I don't know what to say, but I feel like I usually end up going with Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
And when I asked you, this was one of the first things that you said of what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I'm old enough to love Kids Next Door and understand that I won't be allowed in Kids Next Door at this age.
Yeah, it's a sad thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you were, and you don't know.
Listen, man. I'm of the age where if you had a sibling who was a lady or a mom and you were home alone, you tried on some battle-ready armor. You just tried it on to see if it worked.
What I love, because also a couple of things that we just went past. First of all, everyone loses their memories when they turn 13, when they officially become a teenager.
Yeah, I think no, it can't be
12.
Probably 5.
25. 5 years old.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 18. I'm pretty sure it was 18 because it was educating kids about the age of consent.
You know what? That's what I always respect about Kids Next Door.
That's all. That's the main thing they were teaching. Like the kids got bluey these days. I don't remember one episode about consent.
So this was a favorite episode of mine that I remember very clearly, which I can see you do as well.
Okay.
Where Bree, number 5's sister, is
Wait. Say number 5 again.
Number 5.
One more time.
Number 5.
All right.
This isn't me trying to. It's literally spelled Numbuh.
You were just being phonetically correct.
Yes.
I understand. Yes. Number 5. Sorry. Let's go. The whole podcast is just gonna be laugh tracks and bits. So let's get into it.
Okay. If everyone wants to be on our level, you guys just have to do you have to have a little bit of whiskey in you. So Abigail's sister, Bree, has a training bra. Someone mentions training bra, and Nigel Uno goes, "What's a bra? And what are they training for?" And looks up on his acronym assessor, and it's like BRA stands for Battle Ready Armor. Tries to steal Bree's bra, I believe.
He does successfully. Successfully, by the way.
Yeah. Looks really stupid until we find out. Yeah, no. Bras fully are Battle Ready Armor.
Yeah.
It's Next Door universe. And it's just like, oh, that guy's wearing a bra. It's Battle Ready Armor.
It's a whole suit. I don't even remember if it was
a black plate suit.
Yeah, it had black and a red hue.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
That's just art design. But
yeah,
I forgot if it was a button you press, which if it is, weird. And we got to rewrite.
I mean, we're guys, we wouldn't know where it would be.
Exactly, us guys. Do you hit the top of your head and rub your belly button? I don't know. So
it's like a Chinese handcuff situation.
Yeah,
you gotta push in. Anyway, I've handled a bra before. I'm glad my mom is upstairs right now.
Yeah, I was about to say. So it sounds like to get at your level, you need a sip of the whiskey.
Yeah, I had maybe 3 sips, and I'm already there.
Yeah, I'm almost done with my drink. I was like, I know you didn't have as much as me. Are you okay? Did you eat today?
I'm just having a good time.
Okay, all right.
I have a pretty good tolerance. I'm just having a great time. So,
I don't think you got through with your first question.
Yeah. What puts Kids Next Door in such high regard for you?
Okay, so every show has references to other shows. Like when number 4 went Super Saiyan and fought basically Frieza, I think they did it a few weeks prior to when Timmy Turner did that.
Oh.
In the future episode where he had the basically
Channel Chasers?
Channel Chasers, yes.
Yeah.
Right before he did that and had their whole going from Star Wars to this to that to Dragon Ball Z. The thing I love the most about Kids Next Door, a lot of the times, the villains aren't villains. Like, the lunch lady, because I remember that whole musical episode, she wanted them to just eat their greens.
I'm pretty sure the dentist guy also just wants people to have clean teeth.
Yes.
And it's just like, you guys are getting cavities and you're not doing anything about it. And they're like, we're going to eat more candy because of you.
It's one of those shows where it's like, yes, these kids are dumb because they're kids. The villains, not every one of them's a bad guy.
Some of them are.
Some of them absolutely.
Toiletator isn't even that effective, but he is very much trying to be a bad person.
Yeah. All he has to do is just make sure you got that plunger on you, bro. You're helping us out. You're helping the community, really. Where were you for
He's
COVID?
A civil servant.
Some of them are not bad. Cat lady. She's just a cat lady.
She's a fairly sinister cat lady. At least, I imagine not in the first episode, but in later episodes, she's number 2 villain in terms of recurrent. It's Mr. Boss and then Cat Lady as the king and queen in your deck of cards. Those are the ones that are going there.
There was the episode where she drove a mecha cat. And if you are hitting people with a cat, are you not actively hurting the cats in your care? Like, she actively chose to turn the cats into a fist, scrunching them already, punching a mech, which I guarantee you was not kind to the cats.
Cats were harmed in the making of this
Cats
episode.
were absolutely harmed in the making of them.
I don't know. This just made me think of. Have you ever played? I don't know if it was like a Cartoon Network game or like an app. I think it was both, where you had to like launch a hamster and then like jump off of things to try and go as far as possible.
Wasn't that a Kids Next Door's Flash game?
I think it was. I think it was also turned into an app because I think I had it on like my first phone that had apps on it.
Oh wow, yeah, that was absolutely a Kids Next Door game. Yeah, that's
because like you were talking about the cats, and I'm just thinking like the hamsters also got abuse.
oh yeah, but that was number 4 who did that.
Yeah, they did not. Number 4.
He was a kid.
Yeah.
Frontal lobe did not. It was not finished yet.
There was also Operation Zero.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Nigel Uno like probably kills a bunch of hamsters in that episode.
Yes.
Also, there was the Sector V of hamsters where like they each dressed up as the different hamsters. But I want to talk more about Operation Zero. I didn't want that fact to be ignored and or forgotten. Just
like the hamsters.
Yeah. Operation Zero was such a good special. Like,
yes.
Like not just for Kids Next Door, but I think for any children's show, like that probably goes top specials.
Yes.
Like the Timmy Power Hours, maybe some other shows had one. I don't know.
Well, you just kind of put it right there. You don't remember what happened in the other shows.
Yeah.
The Timmy Power Hour, do you remember what the issue was or how it was resolved?
Only because I've watched them so many times. The first...
It's a valuable thing.
Actually, what was... the first one was they were just in each other's worlds. Timmy made Goddard into like a mecha czar or whatever. And I think Jimmy helped Crocker get to Fairy World. And those are the two problems. Yeah.
Hold on. I want you to pitch this to me.
Okay.
You are a salesperson.
Okay.
Your competitor right now is Operation Zero. Pitch Power Hour to me so I like that more and I go over to your side. Let me see.
So we have two of the franchise legends of its own time. Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. Now... we want to bring them in a world together. And I know what you're saying. They're two different art styles. How is this going to work? Two different dimensions. Crossing over. Jimmy finds a way to reach into other universes. And who does he run into? But Timmy Turner. And, you know, Timmy Turner, he's also, like, he has his fairies. He's doing fun stuff. He wants to get an A on his science fair project. So he goes to the best lab in the entire universe. And guess who he runs into? Jimmy Neutron.
Whoa.
And Jimmy, he ends up going into Timmy's world. And you know insanity has to ensue because you have Jimmy, who is the anchor. He was like the level-headed one. He was making all the problems, but like he also knew what to do to fix them. Timmy now has access to Jimmy's whole lab and has no regard for safety. And he's being brought in with Sheen and Carl. Oh, yeah, they're going to fuel that. And then you have Jimmy in the nonsensical world of Fairly Odd Parents. He doesn't even think the fairies are real. He's trying to make all this stuff like make sense, and he's making sense of the world. Trying to get back home, sure. But think about the hilarity that ensues, the fun, the craziness. It's a match made in heaven.
Okay. So
So what is this Operation Zero you've been talking about?
The best thing of all time because it was foreshadowing for multiple episodes prior to it coming up, leading up to, spoiler alerts for those who haven't seen it, an adult remembering what it was like to be a member of Kids Next Door. Not just an adult, not just any adult. Number who? Who?
0.
Yeah. Finding out that father of all people is related to who? To who? The enemy that we've been fighting all this time. What was the name of those kids? The Delightful Children from Down the Lane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Finding out who their father was, who their father's related to.
I'm sorry, their father?
Who are in heaven. Hallowed be thy name.
I was talking about the spoiler about the delightful children down the lane.
They call him father.
Yes, but he's not technically their father. They're not blood related, but you know who is. But you were going off. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Nigel Uno. Father is uncle. Unky father. Funkle, if you will.
Somehow better than Uncle Grandpa.
Yeah. What I love about Father in that one is like he is like the main antagonist, not for most of the show, but also like the very first part of Operation Zero, and then just he I don't know if you'd call it recommissioning because it's bring back a bad guy, not an operative.
Yeah,
we'll say recommissioning. Recommissions grandfather. What a great premise. But like so quickly tosses Father to the side that he just becomes a normal guy in a bathrobe that's given up on his entire life.
Yep. And I don't know if you remember, we found out, well, you know how power scaling communities go. Mm-hmm. People argue that Father could have absolutely washed Grandfather.
I mean, considering that, I guess Grandfather could have turned him into an old person if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But I think zombie touch isn't as powerful as like never ending fire.
Correct.
So I fully agree. I want to call him a wuss. He's not a wuss. He's traumatized.
He's dejected.
Yeah.
Remember, he got upset at Grandfather talking crap about him the whole time. He blew away everyone standing next to him. Mm-hmm. Made the fire even larger, making him look like an ant within his own flames.
Yeah.
And went, all right, yeah, it's whatever. I'm going home. Like, that was the biggest example of, you know that clip with Charlie, and I forgot the guy who he's been beefing with, but he was like, those aren't clips, they're mags. Pulls out a whole AR. These are clips. Loads it perfectly with gun control, puts it back down. Those are clips. You're a moron. That's what that was. That's what that was. He walked into Grandfather's house, peed in his bowl, did not flush, and walked back out. That's what he did. Without even realizing.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the character building, world building, all of that was my favorite of KND.
And then also finding out that the delightful children from down the lane was like a lost sector of the KND, like a fabled sector, and they get like consciousness for a good 20 minutes before they get turned back in to the. There's so many heartbreaking moments.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of shows back like this was before Chowder, Adventure Time, everything else started coming to place, but I don't think there was a show that had lasting, impactful, heartbreaking moments like that. Because you have a bunch of shows that were like, oh, this person got turned into stone. At the end of the episode, we're not going to be okay.
Yeah.
I lost all my money. There's no money. At the end of the episode, you're going to find a bank. And you're going to own a bank somehow. Like SpongeBob, Toon World rules. That's how it works. KND wasn't like that.
No.
When something happened in the story, that's the story.
Yeah.
There is no undoing this. It's permanent.
Yeah. The last message that number one's father leaves as like he knows that he's going to go back to not remember anything, and he's just like, I'm going back to the most important job in the world.
Yes,
being your dad. I get chills every time. I wish I was. So it's on my social media, which actually this is gonna be posted probably like a month after this is being currently recorded. But like a few days ago, as like a Halloween rec, I did Operation Zero as like one of the recommendations. Because like it's not necessarily Halloween, but it's like zombie apocalypse. It's Halloween. And I was just like, I want to watch it so bad, and I couldn't find a place to watch it, and I was upset. But yeah,
isn't it on Max?
I don't think it's on Max. Not anymore, at least.
I remember seeing it recently. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Go.
Afterwards, we watch Operation
Zero. Yeah, we're going to watch it.
But yeah, just like for all those moments, but like knowing that last moment is gonna kill. Having like an ending that you know gets you every time, and you have to watch the whole thing to get that's how you know you have like a good movie or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sort of like, not only is it a great ending, but like it's meaningful because of the time we spent along the way.
Exactly. It's not like, see, some shows that would pull something like this, that character that has so much importance would be discovered in that episode. But we grew up every single episode, not every single episode, but many episodes throughout the series, we see Nigel's dad.
Yeah,
We get to know
it's like
how
a bumbling
quirky
oof
he
that
is.
that number one just like tosses aside.
Exactly. He's like, you're not really that special in comparison to what I'm going through or what I'm doing. You're not that important.
Yeah,
Ending up realizing that he's the most important piece of the whole operation.
insane.
Like, that discovery of pride within his family, within his father, and within himself,
Yeah,
coming from that's a story worth sharing. That's a great story worth sharing.
actually, speaking of another like irreversible action, do you remember the story arc of Tommy,
Why does that sound familiar?
number two's brother? The Tommy. He did like Batman cosplay basically.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened to Tommy.
So he wanted to make it known as, I think he always wanted to join in on like
of
KND
course.
stuff. It was the little brother trope, which is great. It's real. And eventually, I don't know how it happened, but he got accepted into KND, and they show him like learning the ropes with some other new recruits. And I think like the episode after that, it had like the decommissioning device. I think someone stole it, or the recommissioning device from Operation Zero. And I think he was like the last operative left, or like the only one that could save it. And the only way that he was able to stop Father or whoever it was by decommissioning himself and the person. And because he decommissioned himself, he couldn't be a KND operative anymore.
Yeah, this show. I was wondering why I don't remember where Tommy, because I visually remember him. I don't remember why I stopped seeing him. That makes sense. Oh my god. Yeah, these kids went to war.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that, in comparison to all the other shows, they had a failsafe. These kids did not have a failsafe for anything they were doing.
Yeah.
It was life and or air quotes death, which was decommissioning. Like, it's so bad. You have Chowder, his failsafe. He messed up a cake. He gets to go back to the same kitchen and try again.
Yeah.
You have Shaolin Showdown. I don't fully remember it, but they came out all right. You got Beyblade.
There's so many examples of like how this is different.
Yeah.
First one, really good example. Second one, I don't remember, but it was probably there too.
Okay, wait. I got this. The Jackie Chan cartoon. Literally, the whole purpose was that it was just supposed to be a weekly cartoon, and everything was safe at the end of the day. You got SpongeBob. He's immoral. Immortal, not immoral. As far as we know.
Are you a fan of Death Battle?
Yeah.
They like reference that like putting anyone against SpongeBob just like isn't fair.
Yeah, it's not.
Because he's done things just like unravel the universe and has like been blown up to like a speck and just comes back. Like he is basically God in terms of like finding his skill level.
He has the most truthful amount of Toon Force known to existence. You have Bugs Bunny, who was like top tier Toon Force person in the back of the day.
I feel like Bugs Bunny is sort of like Reality Stone. He gets to just make reality what he wants.
Yeah.
I don't think SpongeBob thinks that hard, but also just like can and will do everything.
That's his power, though.
Yeah.
It's that he doesn't think.
Yeah. Which I think makes him more dangerous.
Yes.
It's sort of like, I don't know why we're going on such a tangent, but just like, I think it's like in the space version of D&D, the orcs that like, as long as they believe something's true, it happens.
Yep.
So you could just go pew 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 pew, and it'll turn to bullets because they think that they're being shot at.
Yes.
Anyway, going back to what we were talking about before about no consequences, I wanted to give one example because I've been watching a lot of Amazing World of Gumball.
Oh.
There's a literal episode, and I kind of want to do like a PowerPoint on this and post it to my social media, and maybe I will by the time this episode's done. But in like the end of the second season, they fully reset the universe.
Yes.
They're like literally all the consequences of various episodes just comes back to them. They're like, the only way you can get out of this is resetting the show.
Yep.
And they do. And I'm fully believe that like since then they've reset the universe so many times.
Well.
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen the last episode.
He took Gumball off Max. And I'm very upset about it.
Okay. It's on Hulu. No, it's not on Hulu because it's not on Disney. When I find it, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Everything that they've ever done comes to bite them in the butt. In the most obscure, realistic way possible. And when the show ends, you're not left feeling, wow, this was another great adventure of Gumball. You're left feeling, what the hell just happened?
Oh, I can't wait to hear more about that. But it has been about 7 seconds since we've looked at our lemon tree. And I want to get back to Codenames Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite episode or like a most memorable episode?
Hold on, that was a great bit and a great... I got the reference.
Took a second.
It took a second. I got the reference. That was great. Favorite episode. Man. Rainbow Monkeys. The one where they go to Rainbow Monkey Island.
Is that the Jurassic Park spoof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. That was my favorite. It's hard to say which one's my favorite. Because it's either going to be that one or the one where they're just having like a bunch of different bits from different shows. And that's where the Dragon Ball Z one comes in.
Actually, more important question. Who is your favorite operative?
It's a cop-out to say number 0. It's a cop-out to say number 0.
All right, then who is your favorite of the 5?
4.
Number 4?
Number 4, absolutely.
Okay.
Smokey
Mine was number
guy.
2.
Really?
Yeah. I think when I was younger, I viewed myself as a chubby kid, and that's probably because Sham called me chubby. I put myself on a diet when I was like 8. Anyway, I would always just be so endeared by just like the chubby characters in shows, especially because they're always like second-class citizens.
Yeah.
But he was also like really smart. He did a lot of jokes that people didn't like, and I could relate to that. I love making puns, but I can see number 4.
Yeah. Wally was it for me.
I was rewatching one episode, and he was like, now that you're going to space or Canada or whatever, and I thought it was really funny that the guy with the Australian accent views Canada as another planet.
Yes.
Because they're fully in America.
That's why I love Wally. He's such... There's so many times where he's just a complete oxymoron to who he is. He's a spitfire. Let's be real.
Yeah.
He's ready to fight anybody and everything. He is kind of smart. But the times where he lets his dumb show are the best moments of the show. Or the whole time, I think on the same episode where they went to Rainbow Monkey Island, he's having a fit. Because remember, he had a crush on 3.
Yeah.
He was throwing a fit. He hated it. He didn't want to be there. The second 3 opened her mouth about how much she's having fun, he shut up. He was like, I may be dumb, but I'm not this dumb.
I'm pretty sure the reason that like the dinosaur rainbow monkeys got out is because the guy hated number 4 for picking on him.
Correct. Correct.
Number 4 is just like, you want to love him, but also he gives you a lot of reasons to hate him as well.
That's why I love him.
I will say, I don't know. I want your opinion on this. Do you feel like number 5 gets enough credit?
No.
Like apparently she was the old like leader of the team. Brought Nigel in, but also I think is the smartest of the 5.
She is.
And maybe number 1 is like more like capable or whatever, but I feel like number 5 might also be like the strongest, most capable out of all of them as well.
Not just that, I think the reason why she's pushed to the side on a character level is because we're talking about kids who have a fear of growing up. Number 5 was the most mature.
Yeah.
Which it's a huge conflict to what their core belief is. So, like, she literally, her big sister is the enemy, like one of the enemies. Yeah. And she already could understand, okay, you're my enemy, but when it's time to go home, you're my big sister. She's able to make that divide between.
Yeah, that's so mature.
That's extremely mature. Literally, there was a moment where she broke down her feelings towards her sister and how much resentment she has, to the point where her sister cried, she cried, and they connected. Everyone else is fighting. This is in the middle of a fight. Everyone else is fighting. Someone says something, she's like, hey, don't make fun of my sister. And they both do it, fight each other, and go home to eat afterwards. Like, bro.
It's also heartbreaking, another heartbreaking thing from the show, because I'm pretty sure it was her sister that brought her into KND too.
Correct.
And so, like, literally going from my sister is my hero and role model to she doesn't remember who she was, but is now very much my enemy. Oh.
Yeah.
They don't explore that stuff because it's a kid's show.
Exactly.
Let me now ask you this. Would you want a revival of KND?
I knew you were going to ask that. How did I know? Okay.
For me, I like want to write a revival for KND, but I'll let you.
Okay. With any other show, I say it's simple and easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anime is very easy, especially when the main cast are still alive. Because you could have them around in the world doing normal things, enjoying life instead of always being on the verge of death.
Mm-hmm.
With KND, it's kind of different. Because like we just expressed, the core theme for their group is to never grow up.
Yeah.
If you make a reboot,
they will be adults.
They'll be adults. So the main core that they had for so long is gone, and they cannot make a reference to who they were in the past.
I feel like I find that so interesting, especially if like some of them become villains.
Exactly.
But I feel like it's a very like season finale thing or like special where like either some of them do remember or whatever. Like I feel like there's so much there.
Okay, so what would be fun for me? Because number 2, too smart to be a villain. Number 3,
too smart to become a villain, or just like if he became a villain, he'd be too powerful.
A mixture of both. Okay. I don't feel like it's not that he doesn't have the drive to be a villain. I feel like he's just like, that's a waste of my time and a waste of my energy. If I become a villain, it's because I'm just misunderstood, very much like the guy who wants everyone to floss. I could see number 3 kind of just relaxing at Rainbow Monkey Island or doing tours there.
One of the things I was thinking about, because I've given making a reboot a lot of thought.
Okay.
Because I was like, okay, who would any of their children become operatives?
Number 1.
I don't think number 1's kid. I don't know. I could be wrong. But the thing that I broke it down to, I feel like in order for you to be doing missions that often and doing like trips to other countries and to space, your parents either have to be like really just airhead or really cool. Which is why number 3 and number 4's kids, I feel like absolutely.
Yeah.
Just number 3 would just not know what's going on and would give her kids a lot of freedom. And number 4 would probably not believe what their kids are saying, but would be so excited by what they're doing. Whereas, especially like, that's why I kind of put number 1 there. Number 5, I don't think a kid is getting out of that house without Abby giving the say so.
Exactly.
And I don't think, I think she runs a very tight ship.
Yeah.
So I don't think her kids could ever become operatives.
Not in the slightest.
No.
Cousins, possibly, if they were trying to like have a full recast. Number one's kids, the only way I'd see them getting through, the same way number one joined, where it was someone else brought him aboard. Like, yeah, there's the family lineage that's here. I could see him still being the last person to join. And he won't be number one. And I could see it being how he feels, let's say there's a photograph somewhere of number one in the original cast in the attic. And he sees and it could recognize, that's number one. My dad's number one. I want to be number one.
Oh.
But cannot make it there. And is struggling to do so because he's not as brilliant or as quick-witted.
Ooh.
That I could see. But here's the alternative.
Okay.
Well, not alternative. I could see this going with it. You said you could see it as a season finale, that one of them is a bad guy. If there's anyone that I would want to be a bad guy, it would be number one.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Number one is brilliant. Beyond brilliant. I could see the KND headquarters from the house being utilized for another purpose by number one himself. And it'll just be, by day, standard treehouse, nothing crazy.
Frankly, if number one doesn't remember Kids Next Door, he will become a villain. I personally believe.
Yeah. You see his house. Oh, wait. Wasn't it taken down in the last episode?
I'm not sure. What? So what do you remember as being the last episode?
Because I think for that I might be getting mixed up with the movie. Because I think either in the movie or in one of the episodes, the treehouse was taken off of that. Like, it was taken out.
That's crazy. I think I know what you're talking about. I think that because what I eventually found out, like, what was like the finale of season 6 was like one where like they're doing like a peace treaty between like the kids and the teens, and then it just turns out into like a whole war. That might have happened during that episode. I could be wrong. But also I had not watched that until I was an adult rewatching, and I was like, I wonder what the last episode, because I couldn't remember. And then today, I found out there was an episode after that.
Wait, what?
It's called, I think, Operation Interview. And it's a mix between cartoon and live action, where older versions of each number 2, 3, 4, and 5, and like it's like these old people. Do you remember this?
Yes, I remember that.
I have no recollection of it happening.
The only way I know about it is from YouTube. That's the only way I know about it.
So I couldn't even find the whole thing on YouTube.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, there's like an old version of number 5 with like just the red hat, and then just like old lady like that sparkly type clothes. Number 3 is like a very like professional businesswoman. I don't view this as canon. It broke my heart. And like it also kind of ruins all the thoughts I have about a spinoff.
Yep.
But the worst part about also number 4 like had like this he was given a Steel Fox look, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And like I think he's like very rich and like own a lot of businesses. But number 3, she says in that episode that she took over Rainbow Monkey Corporation and tore it down. That is not my number 3.
You know?
It was giving like protective Asian parent, just like, I cannot believe that I was in this like dump heap. It is a like teaching thing for potty, and I had to tear it down because of the smell. Like it.
You know, on the real though. On the real.
She is real, but that's
No.
That's not who Kooky is to me.
Is it ever discussed how much is erased from your time in KND? Because if her appreciation of Rainbow Monkey
started
in KND, then it wouldn't be there during decommission.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like even as a teenager, she probably still loved it. Even if she I feel like she would have fell in love with it again. I guess maybe have different attachments to it, though.
Knowing teenagers, because they probably went past the age of kids are mean. She probably had friends over, or here's my headcanon. Wait, here's my headcanon. Number 4 came over. It was like, what is this stupid stuff you have in your room?
No. It did make canon that number 3 and number 4 are married.
Yes.
And that number 2 and number 5 are married.
What?
So, do you not remember that Hoagie had a huge crush on Abigail's sister?
Yes.
So I think that's sort of where it came from.
Oh, wow.
But also, I don't know if you remember the episode where he turned into a teenager on and off.
Yes.
Fully was hidden on Brie. I can basically see the same exact thing happening.
Yeah.
Just with someone who's his own age.
Which is good. Which is consent.
Yeah.
Consent. It is taught. It is taught.
I will say, the fact that he was like lying to Brie the whole time about who he was and all this stuff.
Okay.
But
he got his just desserts from that, though.
He did, though.
He did.
The moral of that story was very much not to lie. But I'm pretty sure for a second, like, the two of them went to Sector V, and she was, like, taking down his friends, and he was fully considering letting it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that episode.
I think that might be my favorite episode.
He literally says, whatever you say.
I think it was like one of those things where it's like he would have like thoughts and opinions and then would get a kiss on the cheek and be like, ah.
Oh, man. Yeah, KND is just timeless. Timeless. Golden era.
We're a little over halfway through our episode. And I wanted to bring us to our segment because I do a segment for every single episode that I do.
Okay.
And I apologize in advance. It's a quiz, but you're basically no way you're going to get anything right.
Beautiful. I'm here for this.
Because so many things are in acronyms.
Oh, no.
I thought it would be fun
to
pull out some of the acronyms from the show.
Okay.
And have you guess what those acronyms mean. But if you remember anything from any of the episodes, like they're either really in depth or just kind of make no sense at all. Like I cannot imagine a single person in this world being able to guess these. But I think it'll be fun seeing if you could come up with what the acronym could mean.
Okay. I'm already upset that we got rid of the easiest one.
Yeah, that was fully in there.
Was that number 1 on the list?
No, it was like it was number 4.
Damn.
Because I wanted to be a respite, and also if you didn't remember, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, well I remember. This is the only one that I'd be able to guess, but like I had to put it in there. I'll ask it anyway. Bra, what's bra stand for?
Berated rappers. No, Battle Ready Armor.
All right, you have 1 point.
Okay.
You got what, 8 of these?
If that was number 4, what the heck was number 1?
So,
you're going down the list. You're going down.
Bra was the only one that I in any way thought you could do.
Okay.
I wouldn't say there's any scaling here.
Clearly, if that was 4 on the list.
First one, musket. Musket. Musket.
Musket. Let me get up my phone so I can write things down.
Okay.
Because I have not learning disabilities. If I went to any professional, they might have told me that. Musket. MusketT. Spelled wrong. Okay.
So the word was musket.
Yeah, it was. It was musket. See, I literally just said, let me think, and I'm not. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
When you say musket,
mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about number 4's weapon.
That is the correct thing to think of.
Okay.
If I'm thinking of it correctly as well.
He had a weapon that kind of slapped.
Oh, that's a different one.
That's a different weapon?
I think the slapper was like their like unreload, no need to reload, like melee type weapon.
Right.
The ranged weapon that he used. I don't know if you remember that.
Okay, so
It's a very common KND weapon.
you're gonna keep the letters for me, just in case I would go off the rails.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do my best here.
Yeah.
Multi-utility. S is next, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Multi-utility. Multi-use supply. What's the next letter?
K.
Crap. Kit.
Okay.
Entering turbulence.
Again, this is more so an improv lesson of just saying words that almost come together. Mustard. It was a mustard gun.
Oh my God! The mustard pistols.
Yeah. They're called muskets, apparently.
What was it short for? It's just mustard.
Ketchup. Well, it's called a musket. Mustard using sidearm kicks enemy tail. Are you having fun yet?
Go to the next one. I don't like that pause you had just there. I don't like that pause. I do not like that pause.
Nacho Witzer.
This is an acronym?
This is an acronym.
Not so Witzer.
Nacho.
Second word.
Witzer.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
I fought off enemies with a nacho Witzer.
Okay. All right, yeah. I'm not trying to actually use proper acronyms. Ninja automatic. You said nacho?
Yeah.
All right. Ninja automatic camera. Let me pull up my phone so I can spell
Looking
correctly.
up a word.
Yeah.
I just need a thesaurus right now.
Hold on. No. I just need to learn how to spell. Nacho. You said nacho libre.
Witzer.
Spell Witzer.
Witzer.
Tezr.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Nanomechanic.
Okay.
Auto chopper. Hot on.
Okay.
Wet interior T-Rex eating
Forgot the Z.
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought there was an EZER.
No, TZER.
Oh, that makes it easier. So wet interior T-Rex zebra ear reindeer.
That's so close.
Really?
Naturally artificial.
Oh god. Nanobots are very close. Nanomachines.
Naturally artificial cheese, hurling oversized weapon, instantly zaps enemy resistance.
I'm trying to remember when that was used.
I imagine it was just like a random zap gun. I should say, I'm pretty sure all these are weapons.
That was number 2's weapon.
Really?
I guarantee you that was number 2's weapon.
Oh, okay,
Because
cool.
I remember he liked nachos.
Oh, yeah, and like chili dogs.
Yeah.
Toaster. Yeah. And the weapon is just like a toaster
It's a toaster
that shoots out
bread.
toast. Yeah.
Toast.
Toast is bread.
It is.
All toast is bread, not all bread is toast.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be something not close to what I'm thinking. So, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Total onslaught,
Okay.
arsenal, stopping the enemy. There's an R.
Yeah. This isn't like the operatives.
slapping
It does
the
have an R
enemy's
at the
rear.
end. I like that. Tosses out assorted slices that eradicate rivals.
There is no way kids under 15 years old
No one's
were
paying
thinking
attention
about this. There's no way they would just consciously go, slap, eradicate, throw that in there, throw that in there.
These were all written by children.
No.
We finally got to bra. If you want to answer that one again.
All right, so bra. If you could use it in a sentence, please.
Bra. I turned 14 and now I have to wear a training bra.
Okay, bra. Bro's really awesome.
Oh. It's actually Bastille rapidly ascending. They released Pompeii and it was all uphill from there.
That was it.
All right. Bajuka.
You're gonna have to spell it. You're gonna have to spell that.
Bajooka. If it helps, it's a weapon that it was a bazooka that shot cartons of orange juice.
Okay, that helps. You know why?
Why?
Because I think it's a bazooka applied juice, oranges often killing all.
Can't use the K word.
Sorry, kicking all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
There were some closenesses.
I hope.
Blasts aloft, as kids often
Aloft. As any kid, not even teen, a child would
as
say.
any 12 or under, as any 18.
Of course.
Blasts aloft, juicy, overfilled orange cartons amazingly. Cartons spelled with a K.
See, I knew they were gonna trick me. It is.
I'll skip it to our
What
last
was the last
one.
word?
Amazingly.
Okay, so I was close.
Yeah. The last one, I don't know if you remember the Billy and Mandy crossover episode.
Yeah.
Mandy at one point is writing a mech of her called a manned robot. So what does that give to you?
That's an acronym, ain't it?
Manned robot.
Okay.
She takes over the KND.
I remember that.
Again, watch it for the first time today.
Oh my god. Is it spelled out manned?
Yeah, MANDROBOT.
Okay, I know Mandy's in there.
Sure.
Because Mandy's physically in there.
Okay.
Mandy and New Dork rapidly operates bot on terrain.
You ready for this?
No.
Monkeys and nice doggies relax on bellies of turtles.
One more time. Slow it down for me. Slow it down for me.
Manned robot. MANDROBOT. Monkeys and nice doggies relax on bellies of turtles.
That was number 3.
That was
one I can believe.
They did like the manned robot, like whatever, and then Manny's just like, "What is that?" And number 3 goes, "What? You didn't give us a lot of time to think of a name."
Yes, I got the trivia side of it right.
Are you okay?
That was such a good ending. Because you're like, now remember, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, there's some hard kids out there. So this robot based off of Mandy, what's it going to be, man? Everything else used aloft. So
Monkeys and nice doggies relaxing on backs of turtles.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any acronyms for you. So
you didn't come with your own quiz prepared?
I did not. What does KND stand for?
Ketamine nicely down. It's just where my mind went.
It's ketamine and drugs. The "and" is replaced with that "n"
because they're cool like that.
Because they're cool like that. Why do you think the kids were so inventive?
The kids were really bad. They were making all these things.
They got to the moon.
They made They not only got to the moon, they were able to make a full infrastructure
on the moon
where people could have permanent residence. They had their own jail in there. They also were taking care of prisoners on the moon base.
They understood the concept of full-blown societal structure before they hit the age of teen. Before they even hit puberty.
Kids are smarter than you give them credit for.
No. No. Listen, if in the future, say I have a child, I go in the backyard and there's a whole tree house there that I didn't help build. You know what I'm going to think? I'm not going to think, wow, My child is a genius. They're going into AP studies and graduating college at the age of 5. No, I'm thinking, what disgusting weirdo has been in my backyard? No.
They had their own quarters there. They had quarters for the hamsters.
I know. That does not help. I would literally go insane thinking that the government is playing a prank on me, because why else? They cannot convince me that this child-size hole in the wall,
5 of them
next to a hamster-sized hole in the wall, was just made by my 10-year-old child.
Where do they get materials from?
Thank you. Thank you. There has to be, okay.
There's a lot of mellow electronics in there.
Okay, ready? Headcanon. They're being supplied by whichever president is in presidency at the time.
It's
the president's child.
I'm sure the president's child has to be an operative. There's no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely.
Not just for the bit. I'm sure in the show, it's just oh, I'm number president.
Yes. Yes.
At first, I thought you were talking about the president himself, and it's just as soon as he gets sworn into office, it's just now there are some things that you have sensitive information to. Certain truths that are too difficult for the average person to understand.
I'm ready.
Children run the world. There's a secret underground.
No.
They're called the kids next door.
They're terrorists.
Well, we're adults, so in our head, a little bit, yeah. It's all about perspective.
See, they like their acronyms, but I'm from the South. I understand. Kids next door is just another terminology for the Al Qaeda. So I don't know what we're going to have to do, but we're going to have to go over there and get them and take care of all of that.
There's this one bit, I forget where, so apologies if the person who made this joke ends up listening to this very famous podcast. But it's I found Osama bin Laden. He's in this place called Agrabah. He has a monkey and a flying carpet. I know this from a documentary I watched. And now I know where we can go. We can go get him right now. And that was my reaction too. His name, he's going by the name Aladdin.
He's going by what they call Aladdin. I never heard of Aladdin, but I know they will Aladdin. So I got this.
So kids next door.
I'm sorry. I have to because it's topical.
Uh-huh.
Talk. I'm president. Talk to me and tell me about the kids next door again. Please. I'm being sworn in.
Now, there's some things that you need to understand when you take office. Mm-hmm. Certain responsibilities that you are now privy to. Mm-hmm. There is a network of operatives around the world comprised entirely of, get this, children.
Huge. I always said, whenever I sit there and I say, I told him the other day, I was like, I'm kind of a kid myself. I said to this guy, lovely guy, I'm a kid myself. So when you told me that kids are how you're running the world, I was like, well, yeah, I'm a kid. That's huge. That's huge. We should go over there. We should shake their hand. That's huge.
All right, we'll have a meet and greet with you and Nigel Uno. I have to let you know, he's British and bald.
It goes right next to the next panel. Yeah, so I met this kid named Nigel Uno, cancer patient, I walked up to him. I saw his head. I said, that's bald. And
football shaped, very bad.
Football shaped, very bad. Reminded me of Stewie Griffin. Very wild. Very bad, very bad. We have to fix cancer.
Next headliner on the next newspaper of Fox News is just Trump helps cancer patient.
That's it. That's it. Any context behind it? Context. We're Fox. Okay. Kids Next Door. Kids Next Door. Kids Next Door.
We have, I want to say, like 5-10 minutes left.
Okay. Growing up, we all had crushes on cartoon characters. If there was one from Kids Next Door, who was it for you? And why was it number 3?
Yeah, that's where I was going to. I was first gonna say it's not number 64, whichever number she is.
I remember who you're talking
yeah.
about. I know who you're talking about.
Actually, number 362. Also, I think I had a crush on.
Who was the girl with glasses? There was a chubby girl with glasses with pigtails.
Nigel's girlfriend.
Yes, Nigel. I forgot what her voice was. Her.
It's like it's much weird. It's like, Mr. Uno, it was our date day.
Yes.
And you are doing this Kids Next Door nonsense. I will not have. But whatever your name was.
Her. That was my first one. It was her.
Really?
And then number 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see it. She's a little cutie pie.
It was her because I was like, oh, look, she cares. Which I don't, again, mature, I guess. So I was like, oh, she cares. Number 3 was like, haha, adorable.
She was a great girlfriend. Nigel was a terrible boyfriend.
Absolutely. It was like,
he had like 2 good moments.
This is love.
Moments.
Number 3, you're adorable. Number 5, you are love. Like, it was the stages of growing up for me. I was like, oh, I understand. You deserve the world, baby girl.
Being 8 years old, that's having a crush on what's her face. Being 12 years old, that's having a crush on number 5. It's called growing up.
It's called growing up.
Ever become like in middle school? You're like, we're adults now.
Yes.
I have a locker. I'm an adult.
Yes.
I very much bullied my cousin when she was in 7th grade because I was just like, you're not an adult. And I did it enough that she didn't become pretentious going into freshman year of high school. And I felt very proud of her.
I have, okay, real quick because it's,
yeah, we got like 5-10 minutes.
this is like the worst time to mention this.
Okay.
Was number 5 indeed, in fact, built off of the family structure, The Cosby Show? Because I remember her dad being
is very much
to Cosby.
Is a full Bill Cosby.
Exactly. She's supposed to be Raven Simone.
Number 5. I better get
Number 5.
No. The pudding's getting cold.
Pulling pop. Because she was supposed to be like the Raven Simone, and then the other one was supposed to be like the older sister. That's what I saw it as.
Like, there's like, it's not even just like a hypothesis. The father is Bill Cosby.
Yeah, that's absolutely Bill Cosby.
So I fully believe that.
So number 5 went through the worst.
Oh,
thank you so much for joining us today.
You can't leave me on that. I'm not talking about the podcast episode. Screw the podcast episode. You can't do me like that. And we don't have enough time to unpack any of that.
That was the button I was trying to end on. I had that in my head the second you hit start in the beginning. I held on to that.
Well, I guess thank you guys all for listening. There's not going to be any closure. I hope you're fine with that.
Yeah.
I guess this is goodbye.
Take care, guys.